All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday to everyone. All right. This is a video I wanted to do, but I didn't want to do. So it's kind of both. But if y'all been following the midterm launch, really any launch, particular that pertains to MLMX, I had mentioned, I think probably what it's a week and a half ago. Um, when midterm was listed on Coinbase. Coinbase was kicking up all these scam warnings. So, um, look, this is where the space gets a little weird because it's like, okay, what do? Do you just let it go? And because at the end of the day, it's just a narrative token, anyways. Is it really going to affect anything regarding the token itself? And all of that stuff, there's no real answers to. But the flip side is this: do we just do nothing, which is what the crypto space is very good at, right? They love being loud online and not carrying through with anything. Or do we pursue that route? I mean, we do have the funds to do it, so I figured, you know what? Look, we obviously don't have the funds to go through a nasty court battle with Coinbase, but it's more about principle and putting them on alert or notice, so to speak, that these listing warnings are basically nefarious at best or worst, whatever term you want to use. It's all bullshit. They're fake. Has nothing to do with midterm at all. So let me kind of go over that. And then I'll go over the legal letter that we're going to serve this week to kind of start this process rolling. So if you go to midterm on Coinbase, obviously it's pulled up, but they have these warnings right here. And it says developer control detected. So when I saw that, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Because when we launched midterm, 100% of the liquidity was locked at launch. It's automatic from the launchpad. So that's warning is bullshit. Pardon my term. Developer control detected. So Coinbase is already putting out the narrative to the space that midterm token is developer controlled. So that's issue one, and it's a big issue, right? Now, for us it is. Now for Coinbase, they're probably like, oh, who's this freaking retard sending us this letter? He's a nobody, which is fine. I'm cool with them saying that. It's probably how they're going to act anyway. It doesn't matter because Coinbase is notorious, especially Brian, for going all over the world preaching, we want to change the crypto space for the good and for the better. But they can't even get this simple shit correct. It's not like we're even asking for much. We just don't want that to be shown because it's just not true. It's a fraudulent warning. Developers have not locked or burned the coins they made available for trading. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit, Coinbase. And you know it. Because the liquidity is locked, 100% of it. So where does this term even come from? Where does Coinbase, and it says right here, information provided by Blockade, and Blockade is included in this legal document as well. And I'll go over that. I'm just going to get this out of the way first. Developers have not locked. So Coinbase is now telling investors that the developer controls the whole project and the liquidity was not locked or burned that they made available for trade. Okay, so that's two false statements already off rip. It doesn't matter what term Coinbase is going to use in response. It's here. I screenshotted it. I've already talked to customer service and opened up a support ticket. They already know. So it's not like this is being made up. Here's where it gets good. It says, which means that they have the ability to manipulate the price and limit other traders' ability to sell. What the fuck, Coinbase? So now you're telling investors on your platform, on the token that we created, that developer control was detected, which it's false. We have not locked the liquidity, which is false. And now you add these added layers of warnings, right? Which means that they have the ability to manipulate the price. So now Coinbase is now putting out into the space that, LegalX Global LLC, or even myself included, because I have my own bag, which I bought. We have the ability to manipulate the price, and on top of that, limit traders' ability to sell. Excuse me, we have a 1-to-1 LP to market cap ratio. Nobody's ability to sell is being affected whatsoever. So all of this is just straight bullshit from Coinbase. And that's why we just have to serve them, because this is just downright ridiculous at this point. I'm just thinking about something. I totally forgot. So look, I get it. In the big scheme of things in the crypto space, nobody cares. But online, everybody says that they care. Every time Coinbase screws up, or the market's down, Coinbase gets blamed for everything. And these little tick turds in crypto Twitter that have $5 to their names are always the loudest ones. I get all that. That's just the space on Solana. But for us, when we list our projects, and we're going to be listing a few more Solana tokens here coming up, and we're going to pay attention. I'm pretty sure they're all going to have warnings. Now, whatever their response is, that's fine. That's going to be their response. All we ask is for this warning to be removed, because it's just straight up bullshit. None of it's true. It's completely fraudulent on Coinbase's part. So that is officially out of the way. This is the warning that pops up. Now, let me get to the actual serve letter, and we'll get rocking and rolling on that. All right, there we go. Sorry. Share this tab. I'm going to close out Coinbase. Okay. So here's the document we're going to send out sometime this week. LegalX Global address information to Coinbase Global, blah, blah, blah. Formal demand for correction of misleading risk warning midterm token Solana blockchain. Here is the Coinbase reference ID number, which we were given online from their team. And of course, they're looking into it. Dear Coinbase Legal and Compliance Department, this correspondence serves as a formal legal demand and notice of potential claims on behalf of LegalX Global LLC regarding materially inaccurate and misleading information currently displayed on Coinbase's listing of the following digital asset. Here we break down the token ID, it's the token name, blockchain, and the contract address. It's all right here. Misleading warning currently displayed. The Coinbase listing presently includes the warning: developer control detective. Developers have not locked or burned the coins made available for trading, meaning that they may manipulate price or limit traders' ability to sell. I just went over it. This statement is factually inaccurate, misleading, and contradicted by publicly verifiable blockchain data. And then we kind of break down, what the blockchain facts actually say and what it proves about the midterm launch and the token and the creation and the liquidity and all of that stuff. And we simply just itemize it. 100% of the token supply has been transferred to liquidity pools. Liquidity has been permanently locked. Permanently. That means forever. Tokens are effectively inaccessible to the dev. So, but remember, according to their warning, it's the opposite. They project out to the space that the dev can manipulate the price and affect the buyer's ability to sell. No capability exists to manipulate price, check, restrict investor selling, check, withdraw liquidity, check, and influence trading activity, check. So all of that cannot be done within the confines of the midterm token contract. But Coinbase throws a warning and says otherwise. Independent public verification, DEX screener listing. And there's a link to the DEX screener, and y'all can do your own homework on that. Screenshots of blockchain analytics further substantiate these facts. Third-party data provider blockade reference. So as y'all mentioned, as I showed earlier, it says information provided by blockade. We note that the listing indicates information provided by blockade. While Coinbase may utilize third-party analytics providers, reliance on external data does not relieve Coinbase of responsibility for the accuracy of published risk disclosures. Given that blockchain data is publicly verifiable, token supply and liquidity status are transparent, independent verification contradicts the displayed warning. So it's not like there's a big lawsuit here. We all know Coinbase is doing this shit for whatever reasons, but from our side, it has to get basically rectified and fixed. Or the space, nothing happens, right? I mean, you're gonna have Brian traveling all over the world representing Coinbase, and Coinbase is going to do what they do, and then the rest of you, which is what y'all do now, you sit on your Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and just do nothing but complain, but you don't do anything about it. And that's probably why because you haven't debt anything, you haven't put any of your own money to actually build something. So obviously it's a little different from our point of view because this is our money. We've invested it into the project. Coinbase retains a duty of reasonable diligence before disseminating warnings that may materially affect a digital asset's reputation or market perception. Failure to independently verify such data may constitute negligent dissemination of inaccurate information. Those are legal words for those of you who just don't know. Legal concerns raised. Continued publication of this inaccurate warning raises potential legal exposure, including commercial misrepresentation. And then here's a use case or a case file for that. And then business disparagement, trade libel. And then we have two more here. False commercial statements causing reputational or economic harm may give rise to liability. Negligence in information dissemination. As a major digital asset platform, Coinbase exercises significant market influence. Risk warnings affect investor behavior and asset valuation. Reasonable verification obligations apply. Potential harm caused. The inaccurate warning may create investor mistrust, which it does, because you know how the space is. Every time they see a warning, they're like, oh my God, there's a warning. Suppress legitimate market activity, cause reputational damage, interfere with commercial adoption, and result in economic losses. Formal demand for corrective action. Accordingly, LegalX Global LLC respectfully demands immediate review of the midterm token listing. So when this was put in, I was like, okay, two things are either going to happen. They're either going to correct the warning label, which I doubt that they will, or they will do what everybody else does in this space and act like bitches, and they'll just delist it because that's what they do. So either way, we're going to be watching what they do, and then that'll kind of base our next move on the legal side. Removal or correction of the inaccurate developer control warning. Confirmation that Coinbase's listings reflect lock liquidity, absence of developer control, verified blockchain transparency. So what we're asking Coinbase to do is say, no. We know that you throw up all these listings. We get it, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean that midterm should get the warning because the warnings are complete bullshit. So we ask from this side of the aisle that you remove the warning. And then on top of that, since Coinbase is for the space, why don't you make some green, some happy colors saying that the liquidity is locked? There is no dev control. Verified blockchain transparency. Why doesn't Coinbase start adding those to the token listings instead of hurrying to when they go to market to throw all these warnings out? Boom, boom, boom. It makes you wonder sometimes why they can't even do the simplest little thing. Response timeline, we respectfully request written confirmation within 10 business days. And then the reservations of rights. LegalX Global prefers an amicable resolution. However, continued publication, demonstrability, demonstrably false information may necessitate further legal review. All rights, claims, and remedies are express reserved, including potential claims for business disparagement, commercial negligence, and economic damage. And then here's all this stuff. Good faith resolutions. We value transparency in the digital asset markets. Accurate risk disclosures and all that stuff. So, this is kind of, this is like the start. As y'all are well aware, I've been in multiple crypto lawsuits against scammers. This is kind of how it begins. I'm not going to spend, $30,000, $40,000 off rip, filing a lawsuit when it's something minor like this and it's something that they can correct. But at least this is now going to be public. And it's not, look, Coinbase is not going to respond publicly because that's not how they operate, and that's fine. And that's cool. We don't even want that. We just want the warning stuff to be either removed or removed and flipped to where it actually shows the liquidity's locked. There is no dev control, and you can actually sell the token because there is liquidity. So that's all. It's not like we ask for much. I mean, we're not even asking for shit. There's no money. It's that we just want them to fix the problem that they choose to ignore. So that's all this is about. It's all good. It's not like we're mad and shit, but it is aggravating, and it's one of the reasons why this space is just the way it is. So from our point of view, on the business side and the creation side, when we launch a contract and it's completely clean, it's the cleanest contract on Solana right now, and then Coinbase throws up all these warnings. Oh, of course we're going to have to do it. We have to do it. Because if we just sit around and do nothing, then we sit around and do nothing, which is what the space usually does. So that's that for now. I need to get this done and out, and we'll kind of keep everybody updated on what the response is. So, obviously I just did the video on this letter. We have it uploaded in our Discord. So y'all can go check it out and read it for yourself. But it's all good. Y'all have a good one. I'll follow up with y'all during this upcoming week. See y'all.